Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It is fantastic you are here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on the Counting Crows. And through the very mysterious song around here, we looked at the fact that sometimes we need to decipher ourselves what things are about, as opposed to being told what they're about, because that clip was just so obscure that it was just open to an interpretation. So I trust you found that one encouraging. We're going to a bunch of guys today that were formed in Limerick in Ireland in 1989. There was Niall Quinn on lead vocals, although he actually left to go back to his previous band. That was a very amicable and friendly kind of thing. We had Noel Hogan on guitar, Mike Hogan on bass, and Fergal Ladler on drums. And replacing Niall was Dolores O'Riordan. And of course, the band we're talking about, the minute you mention that lass's name, is the Cranberries. Now, the Cranberries rose to fame with their album Everyone Else Is Doing It, So Why Can't We? In 1990. And certainly between 1993 and 2019, note that last date, 8 studio albums, 3 live albums, 6 compilation albums, 7 video albums, 19 music videos, and 22 singles. In amongst all of that period, there was a 6-year hiatus as well. Now, the Cranberries have been estimated to have sold around 50 million albums. That's pretty significant in the world of music. And they were the first Irish band to reach 1 billion views on YouTube. If you think about some other Irish bands, you think about U2 in particular. These were the first guys to hit 1 billion views on YouTube because that first album was absolutely massive for these guys. Now, alternate rock, indie rock, a bit of Irish folk in there, and some post-punk influences. I'd almost put a little bit of grunge in there as well, particularly with one of their well-known songs, Zombie, which we'll get onto in a minute. Yeah, a lot of influences there, but very much on the rocky side of the world, that is for sure. Now, we can't talk now, before we get on to that, they won some awards, MTV Europe Music Award, World Music Award, a Brit Award, a Juno Award, a Ivor Novello Award for significant contribution internationally, a BMI Award, and they did receive a Grammy nomination for the last album. Now, there's tragedy in the Cranberries story because Dolores died tragically in 2018. She was only 47 years old when she dies. It's very, very young indeed. And interestingly, the last album, in the end, it was released after her death in 2018. So the album was released in 2019. So, bit of tragedy in the world of the Cranberries, that is for sure. But certainly incredibly successful group. When you watch these guys live, there's just an energy about them. Of course, Dolores has got a very, I'm going to use the word here, distinctive voice. There's no one else that sounds anywhere remotely close to her. She in a genre and a tone and everything else all of her own. She's very distinctive, and I'm thinking this is what made the Cranberries such a successful outfit. I wonder what Niall thinks, thinking back, thinking, oh man, why did I leave them? But it may not have been the success without Dolores, I'm thinking. And certainly the whole world just was shocked when Dolores O'Riordan died. Very, very sad, and oh my goodness, what a legacy she and the Cranberries have left us. Well, as I said, their breakthrough album was Everyone Else Is Doing It, Why Can't We? In 1990. Now, I first met this world, and probably most of the world met the Cranberries through the song Zombie, which was absolutely massive for them. But the song I really more wanted to focus on today was the song Dreams. Now, I was in a band a little few years ago, and we actually covered this song because it's such a really, really cool one to play. Because I ended up doing a bit of a picking guitar part in this one on my keyboard, and it kind of really just really kind of worked. Got a beautiful acoustic guitar sound on my keyboard, so I just kind of did that. So that was really good. I really love the way the drums go in this one, and I love the power as it gets into the end. Of course, one of Dolores's trademarks is her yodel sort of thing that she does, and well and truly she does that one in Dreams. Now, I originally thought Dreams was a little bit more about, following your dreams and that sort of stuff, but no, it's actually not. What it's actually about is you're a dream to me. She's talking about a significant other in her life, and you're not just significant. My dreams have kind of come true with you, I reckon. It's pretty cool you're in my life. You know what, though? I just wonder, if we've had experiences with love before, they haven't gone so well, and now our heart has been broken into a million pieces, and you feel like someone's ripped it out of your chest and thrown it against the wall, and then trodden on it, and then dipped it into a bucket of sand. That's how horrible you are feeling. You've been absolutely wrung out. Life is not really going that well, and you can't help but think about this stuff and think, I feel a bit betrayed here. Love absolutely sucks. Why would I want to do it again? That's a great question. And interestingly, that will be a question that will actually haunt you for the rest of your life unless you do something about it now. You see, it's not love that has done that to you. It's the person who has done it to you. Now, human beings are not perfect. We get it wrong all the time. And sometimes we do things which without thinking, we think, oh man, and we just kind of do it and move on. And meanwhile, we've left people hurting in our wake. I reckon I've done it. I reckon we all do it. It's just part of being human. And I'm sure we look back with a little bit of regret as to why we do those things. But, what if love comes along again? You're thinking, nah, not going there. Nah, not going to do it. Nah. Yeah. You see, this is the issue with love. You can't control it. You try your best to control it, but you can't control it. You really, really can't. It's far too powerful and potent force in nature, and I've actually used that sentence a few times in these videos now, to ignore it. In fact, you can't ignore it, because it'll take you over, it will sweep you, it will do all the stuff that love does. Because you know what, even despite the fact that you've been hurt in the past, you deserve love. And you deserve the guy or the girl or the they of your dreams. You really, really do. You deserve that. But the thing is, you're thinking, well, I can't trust love, or I can't trust the other person, or maybe more importantly, I can't trust myself here. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to just give in, and it's all just going to happen all over again, and sure enough, down the track, I'm going to get hurt again. Well, that may actually happen, but you know what? I think what we can do is, even though love overtakes us a bit, we can also be a little bit wise about it at the same time and think, okay, I'm just going to play it a bit cool, and if it really is something cool, I'm going to give myself to it later. We don't jump straight in, right? We don't go, yep, I'm in love and that's it. We actually give ourselves a little bit of time. But if it's too compelling a force, you're going to want to jump in and maybe experience You're a Dream to Me. Oh, life is so complicated, isn't it? we have things that absolutely suck at times in our lives. We think, oh my goodness, this is really, what, that was just horrible. I don't even know how to feel or be. In fact, I'm not feeling anything at the moment. I'm just feeling nothing. Deadness. Is my inside even operating at the moment? And then a spark happens. You meet somebody else, and you think, oh, okay, that's interesting. Wasn't expecting that. And then over time, you think, well, you hear the words said to you, I love you. I really, really love you. And then something wells up inside you. In fact, it's been there for a while now. You say, Ashley, I love you too. And you think, can this be my dream? At that point, at that tipping point right there, you've got to go all in. Despite what's happened in the past, you will be wise enough to know who is decent and who isn't. If they're decent, if they're friendly, if they ask how you are, ask what you do, are interested in what you do, and of course you've got to be interested in what they do as well. There's a bit of an easiness about things. Well, it's probably love. And if it is love, jump straight in there. Just go in there. We don't ever really know what's going to happen going forward. But just know that if you've actually got through your last time, you may get through the next time as well. You just got to jump in there. So if you're like teetering on this right now, thinking, oh, I got hurt before, and oh, this guy's really, this guy, this girl, this they, they're really, really nice, right? I think they're really, really cool. In fact, I just really think they're great. Jump in there, because life is too short to ignore these feelings, to ignore these moments, to ignore these things that come along. Life is just too short for that, and we need love to be part of our lives. This isn't a thing. Love isn't an optional extra. Love is actually an incredibly important human need. Not only to receive love, but also to give love. And I believe Dolores, through the song and the Cranberries with Dreams, this is what this song's all about. It's about just jumping in there and actually going through the journey of going from, oh, I'm not so sure about it, to, yeah, I am. Let's just go for it. So if you're like, you've met someone, you've gone out with them a few times, you're thinking, yeah, this girl, they're pretty cool. Might be time to jump in and see where it takes you. So I trust that will be an encouragement for you today. Well, on to the clips. Now, as I've already said, the Cranberries are a very, they're just such a polished act. Very, very passionate, very, very rocky. The crowds just really get into their songs. When their hits is played, the crowd just goes absolutely crazy. When you see Dolores on stage, and I must admit, when you do see her on stage, you think, oh, this girl died. Oh, she is so full of life, so full of energy. Such a distinctive voice as well. She's no longer here. You think, oh, bit of a lump in the throat moment, I'm thinking, as you watch these videos today, because they're all live, these ones today. And so let's get on to them. We do have, and these, by the way, all came off the Everyone Else Is Doing It, Why Can't We album from 1990, the iconic album. And I'm sure a significant part of the 50 million album sales that the Cranberries have had. We do have to have Dreams. Now, of course, Dolores pretty much does not stay still for the whole performance. She's walking up and down the stage and getting the crowd to really get excited and really getting into it. And the crowd, the minute they hear that opening chord, they're in, well and truly. So this is a live performance of that one. And, Dolores' voice is an interesting one. Let's just say that. But it is perfect for for the being the Cranberries front girl, that is for sure. So we've got Dreams, and just to see how many people they are performing to here and how into it the crowd is getting. In fact, the crowd gets really, really loud at times, just kind of adds to the whole thing. So we've got Dreams. We've also got to have Zombie. This is another very, very well-known Cranberry song. And I reckon that Dreams and Zombie have come from the same concert. So you'll get to see, again, them singing one of their absolute classics. And I thought I'd go for something a little bit less, not quite as noisy with the crowd, a little bit more classy, I suppose. This is the song Linger. This is also a very well-known song as well. This is the Cranberries in a slightly more intimate setting with some candles and all the rest of it. And so all live versions today. And so the links to those 3 songs are in the description below. And there's something a little bit cool, I'm thinking, a flow on from the Counting Crows from last time, where there's a little bit of obscureness in the Cranberries lyrics, and it's a bit of a flow through, I'm thinking, because I reckon Dreams and Zombie, by the way, seems to be a pretty passionate protest song. But again, I think we can open these songs up to interpretation a little bit as well, like we did with Right Here from last time. So it's quite fitting that we're going on in this kind of vein today. And I have included my last video as well, so if you want to recap on the Counting Crows, feel free to do that. Well, I trust this has all been a bit of an encouragement for you today. It's quite amazing where these videos go sometimes and the things we talk about. And I trust that, you're thinking, oh man, I needed to hear that right then. Thanks, Trev, for doing that, and it's my absolute pleasure. And if you're thinking, well, I wonder what he'd say about this song, or this band, drop it in the comments below, and I can continue this conversation if you would like. There's always inspiration in music. And as I say in my comments below, thank you for all the artists who have brought richness and colour to our lives through their incredible creativity, that is for sure. I tip my hat to every single artist that I do my videos on. So it's really, really cool. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to, and it is iconic, you've got to use the word iconic here, Neil Finn and the Boys from Crowded House. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.